Hello, and welcome back to week 5 for PSTAT 5A. Today we're going to look at a short example for the 5-number summary. For this problem, we have a collection of 12 months worth of electric bills for Timmy, and we're asked to calculate the 5-number summary. And the objective here is to use 5 numbers to summarize a larger data set to get basically percentiles, specifically the quarter percentile. So the first quarter, second quarter, third quarter, and that's it. So I have a list of 12 numbers here. And the first thing you want to check and make sure you do is to order your data. You can go from small to big to small. That part doesn't matter so much. I like just going from smallest to biggest. So we'll order these 12 numbers and we get the following: 40, 57, 71, 73. I just want to be careful that I don't miss anything, so oftentimes I double check. So I went ahead and did this before the recording just to make sure I have all the values. All right, so let's count real quick. We've got 3, 6, 9, okay, 12 numbers. So the 5-number summary, well, what is it? Let's review that rule. So your 5-number summary is going to be your minimum, your first quartile, labeled Q1, your median, your third quartile, labeled Q3, and then your maximum. Now, there are different ways of doing this, but for PSTAT 5A at UCSB, we're going to do it in probably the simplest way, I think, and that is we're just going to do repeated median. So the median is where half of your data lies. So when we order the data, it's the number right in the middle. And in the case of our example, since we have 12 values, then we've got 2 numbers right in the middle. So that's this line right here would be my median. And when this occurs, what I'll do is I'll just take the average of the 2 numbers that it splits. So that's going to be 1/2 of the 97 plus 101. And that allows me to find my median right at 99. So now I can fill this in here. Median is 99. Now, the nice thing about this line here is you can look at it as, okay, I've taken my data and I've chopped it up into the upper half and additionally the lower half. And I don't want to include the median in this. And what I'll do again to find my 2 quarters, so the first quartile and the third quartile, is I'm going to find the median again for the respective halves. So for the lower half, you see here there are 6 numbers, and then the median would be right in the middle here. So this would be my first quartile. And again, I'm just going to take the average of the 2 numbers that it splits. Now, if I had an odd number of data points, then I would just take the number right smack in the middle, and that would be my Q1. But in this case, I have 2 numbers again, and I would just take the average. So now I get 72. Now repeat this one more time and find the middle of the upper half, and I've got 6 numbers, so it's going to be right here. And again, I'm going to take the average of the 2 numbers that it splits, so the 139 and the 157. And doing the arithmetic there, I get 148, and now I can fill this in. And then the first and last values of my 5-number summary are very straightforward. They're the min and the maximum, and that's where I do want to just make sure that I'm ordering my data set correctly. So if I look at my list here, it's 40 and 224. So all together, generally, we would write them in sequence, separated by commas. And this is a nice summary of my data set, where each number here, the 3 numbers in the middle, represent 25% of the data. So if you look at the 72 here, this is, we know is Q1, then that means there's 25% of my data values under that, 75% of my data values above that. So if I'm planning for, paying next year's electric bill or something, that I would know that roughly 25% of the time the bill will be $72 or less. And that's it.